The next video is going to be strictly on the engine compartment, which is part of the pre-trip test. First thing you're going to have to do is open up the side door here, lifting up on this handle. Then there is a up arrow here on this piece of metal. If you lift up on that, that will release the back end. And then over here on the side, you're going to have to pull up hard on the door to get it to go up. You want to make sure that it locks up here so that when you first pull down, it's not necessarily going to come down. So you're going to check that. The way I do anything on a motor coach is left to right, top to bottom. If you always do left to right, top to bottom, you should not forget or miss something. If you go through and you see something, say something. If it's here, you're going to talk about it. So you don't need notes or anything, because the best notes are right in front of you right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at things in general. There is a sight glass up here for the radiator, and I want to make sure that the sight glass is full of fluid. Going on down, looking here at my exhaust system, it looks to be in place. I don't see any diesel dust or anything which should indicate that there's any kind of exhaust leakage. I'm looking down through here at my hoses, any pipes, hoses, or wires. Everything looks to be in operating order. There are no lips, no leaks, no drips. Everything there is in good shape. I'm looking at my alternator. The alternator has wires coming out of it. There's no breaks in the wires, no frays. The alternator is connected. It's attached to the belts, all of the belts. There's no excess play in the belts. There's no wear. There's no brakes. They are connected. They're solid. This is going up and down. This is my transmission fluid. What you say on this is where I will check the transmission fluid. Do you want me to check it? Most times the tester will not have you check it. He'll say, tell me how you would do it. In which case you then say, the bus has to be running, it's in neutral. I would come back and make sure that it is in neutral and running, and I would pull this out. It is very, very long, so I may even have to pull it out twice, wipe off the end, push it all the way back in until this is in securely, and then pull it all the way back out to make sure that I'm not short on any kind of transmission fluid. So that's the way you would explain that. Generally, you don't have to show it. Up and down, I'm looking at all my wires, and anything there, everything is all connected, secure. Coming on down, this is the water pump. The water pump is belt driven. You have to say that. Water pump is belt driven. The belt, again, is in good shape. There's no leaks around it. Everything is secure, and the belt is in good shape. Again, I'm going up and down, and I'm going up and down, and I get to the engine oil. You will need to check this one. So on this one, you automatically just go ahead and undo it, pull it out. This is somewhat like what the transmission fluid is like. You're going to pull it out. You're going to have a paper towel or some other type of cloth to check it. Wipe it off, good. And then you're going to put it in, put it all the way down, actually lock it back in, and then take it back out, all the way back out. Watch that it doesn't flip, because it will spill oil, and you'll look and see that it is up to the fill point right there. And then go ahead and put it back in. And then you point out that this is where you actually put the oil into the engine right here. This is the air conditioning compressor. It is not a safety feature. That will be my reminder to talk about the air compressor. The air compressor is on the front of the engine. You cannot see it. It is gear driven, not belt driven, and you have to point that out. So it is on the front of the engine, and that's the only reason why you would look at this here. Moving along, I'm looking at anything else, any other hoses, any other wires, all the way back into the back of the engine, and I don't see anything there. Looking on this side, this is another place where you might, if you have not yet talked about it, talk about the air compressor in the front of the engine there. I'm looking at my fuel filter, and it's in good shape. It's still in the yellow. And I'm looking at my power steering fluid, and I can see the fluid level in the glass right here, and it's in good shape. That completes the engine portion of the pre-trip.